This is a quick tutorial on how to build out a lesson in your online class. So a lesson is not just a bunch of links that you throw into a place in your class and expect students to click on the links and know what they're doing and know what they're expected to learn. A lesson is something that you want to curate. And what I mean by curate, if you think about a museum curator, the museum has pulled together a series of paintings or art pieces that are connected to each other. And then they curate them by discussing the piece and features of each piece that bring them together and why they come together and what the kind of the meaning is behind each of these pieces. So you're going to do the same thing with videos and links and lectures. You're going to connect them through curation. And in an online classroom, you curate via the narrative that between the links and the resources. So the first thing that you always want to do in your online class is let your students know what they're getting themselves in for. So you want to let them know, is this an assignment? Is this a lesson? Is this a discussion board? So it's always smart to put what the item is so that they're prepared ahead of time to know what they're going into. And then the title, having a meaningful title, makes a big difference and helps your learners, again, get ready for what they're about to do. All right, it's always nice to have a visual, a graphic in your classroom. And now we go into the lesson itself. And notice that there's kind of an introduction in this to the lesson. And we're talking about manipulatives, which are for kids, teaching kids math, and they're objects that kids can interact with as they work out math problems. So this is kind of an introduction to manipulatives. It starts out with a little definition of what they are, and then a video about why we use manipulatives and what the strategies are and how they help kids learn. So now we're kind of starting to gradually move into this topic and learn about it. And then we talk about how they can be used. They can be used in real world or online as virtual objects. There's still kind of a sense of you're moving objects around. So here's several links and resources to virtual manipulatives, and then printable manipulatives that they can print out. But notice that each of these links has a little description of that link and what they're going to get there. And then we go into real world objects, which are a form of manipulative, but they're things that kids are familiar with, like candy bars, silverware, glasses, table objects. And so we talk about real world objects, again, a little definition, and then how to use the strategy of using real world objects, and then some more examples of using real world objects in math, in solving math problems. And then again, some more resources that the students can download and use and develop on their own as they're putting together their own math resources for teaching kids math. So you see again that this is just not a bunch of free-form links that people are supposed to click through and figure out what they're going to do. It's actually guiding your learning through your learner through the lesson. And you know, depending on how complicated and how complex it is that you're trying to teach your learner, you really want to provide more guidance. For example, if you want to have a video and maybe it's a long video, or maybe it's a complex video, you want to say, be sure and pay attention to this in the video, or a website. Notice that the author of the website really emphasized this concept. So you want to guide your learner through the learning process, and that's a recommendation for your lessons. Thank you.